A positive step in the right direction. That's absolutely right, Becky. So those talks wrapped just before midnight in London, with officials from both sides saying they had agreed to a framework for moving forward. Each delegation is now briefing their respective presidents on the details, and pending approvals, then we will start to see implementation. And I should add here, guys, that just in the last few moments, President Trump actually posted on Truth Social about this deal. He is saying that the deal with China is done, subject to those final approvals. Full magnets, he says, and any necessary rare earths will be supplied up front by China. Likewise, we will provide to China what was agreed to, including Chinese students using our colleges and universities, which he says has always been good with him. He goes on to say, we are getting a total of 55% tariffs. China is getting 10%. The relationship is excellent. So clearly, President Trump has been briefed now on these talks, and he's confirming what we had been talking about for the past 2 days, that the focus really stayed on China's rare earths, which should now start to flow to the U.S., and on the U.S.'s export restrictions, which should ease up in return. Here's Howard Lutnick talking about the same topic last night to reporters.
We do absolutely expect that the topic of rare earth minerals and magnets with respect to the United States of America will be resolved in this framework implementation. That is a fundamental part of that. Also, there were a number of measures the United States of America put on when those rare earths were not coming. You should expect those to come off sort of, as President Trump said, in a balanced way. When they approve the licenses, then you should expect that our export implementation will come down as well.
So I'd put it this way, guys, taking everything we just heard, both from the president and from the Commerce Secretary, this is definitely a step in the right direction, but it is a somewhat small one. It roughly puts things back to where they were after Geneva, when the U.S. thought that the rare earths issue was settled. But given that there was no timeline then for China to abide by, the U.S. then felt China was slow walking the deal. Now we are back on track, clearly. Trump saying the relationship is excellent, but we have to wait to see whether there might be a timeline attached this time, and then whether and how quickly the two sides follow through.